The first ever Quality Education Conclave with the theme Transforming Education Sector in Sikkim was organized by the District Administrator Gyalshing on 17th of March at Gyalshing Girls Senior Secondary School in Kyongsa. Education Minister Kunganima Lepcha chaired the program as the chief guest, and he was accompanied by the Minister Bimahang Limbu. Also present in the conclave were MP Subba, the advisor of Education Department, DB Gurung, the chairman of State Bank of Sikkim, GP Upadhyay, the additional chief secretary of Education Department, Devika Subba, Jilla Adaksha, West District Jilla Panchayat, Madhusudan Sharma, additional political secretary to the chief minister. DCs from other districts, ADCs, HODs, officers, and the invitees. Designed and conceptualized by DC West Karma R. Bompo, while speaking with Sikkim Chronicle, he said the idea of conclave is to bring the stakeholders under one roof to discuss the education scenario in the state of Sikkim and its challenges.
So actually, we were trying to organize for a long time, and the Honorable Minister wanted to actually bring all the stakeholders together in one place where we can deliberate on the status of the current education as well as how we can improve it. So we had a lot of discussions with the Honorable Minister Education. So we wanted to have a platform where we can share ideas and then also deliberate on what is the status today and how we can take it forward, because I think quality education, to achieve it, it requires the help of all the stakeholders. It is not a easily achievable goal, because it has to be driven by the local leadership provided by the principals and headmasters, and it requires a lot of engagement from the community, a lot of engagement from the parents, as well as a lot of community support. And so we wanted to have a conclave where the schools can share the ideas and like how some schools are doing well, so how they are able to channelize that energy and bring positive changes. So we want to share positive stories from the grassroots schools and give them a platform where they can showcase to other principals, and in turn the other principals can implement or they can better the ideas actually. So we are not saying you copy the ideas, we are saying you take the inspiration, and if it's possible you implement it in your own way. So this innovation, if it's done at a school level, the quality can really be achieved. And whatever support is there as a district administration, education department, the CEO education, we are just as a backup only. We can just provide you with the support, but ultimately the battle has to be fought by the stakeholders at the school. So this was sort of convergence of all the stakeholders. So a lot of, even we wanted to involve the Panchayati Raj, we want to involve the BDOs. So everybody has to contribute their bit, maybe enable the environment. And ultimately it is the principals and it is the headmasters and the teachers to deliver on quality education, because we are facing with the situation where our enrollment is declining rapidly. So, and we need quality manpower in the near future. So any resource we cannot let it go to waste. So if the children are allowed to not receive quality education, so tomorrow we may not be having those opportunities at all, because our fertility rate has really declined. So with the decline in fertility rate, the gross enrollment is every year it's decreasing. So with limited time that we have, so we want to say let's provide the best of education to the current students, so that later they can become good citizens and then they can take the state forward, because ultimately if we don't do it, then we are not able to secure the future of the state. And in that, even the Honorable Chief Minister also one or two times he was really concerned on this. So he wanted to have some sort of a deliberation, and with the support of Honorable Minister Education, we hope that all the stakeholders can come together and maybe some sort of effort can be made. So that was the main to provide a platform for everybody to share the ideas.
While appreciating the initiative taken up by DC West Karma R. Bompo, the Education Minister in his address said that the inputs received from the programs are needed to improve towards quality education in Sikkim. He also stated that the infrastructural development doesn't guarantee quality education, but also with the cooperation of the teachers, students, parents, stakeholders, who are the pillars for achieving quality education, for which the coordination is of utmost importance.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate and express gratitude from the department to the district collector West Kanwa Pempo and his team. His main concern के थियो भने एउटा quality education सिक्किम हुनुपर्छ भने so much of money has been doled out in the education sector मा, but यो जुन चाहिँ पैसा जुन चाहिँ dole out हुँदा चाहिँ यसको रिजल्ट पनि हुनुपर्ने हो. रिजल्ट के हो भने चाहिँ त्यसको चाहिँ रिजल्ट चाहिँ अब क्वालिटी एजुकेसन हुनुपर्छ भने त्यसले गर्दा हामीले यो कन्क्लेभमा उहाँले राखेको झन्डै 1.5 वर्ष भयो. हि हेज बिन ट्राइङ टु हेल्प दिस बिकज अफ पेन्डेमिक बिङ टु मेन चाहिँ के छ भने चाहिँ अल द आज जति यो कन्क्लेभ टाइम जतिवटा पोइन्ट्सहरू साह्रै ब्युटिफुल पोइन्ट्सहरू दिउँ अब डिपार्टमेन्टको थ्रुबाट विल यो पोइन्ट्सहरूलाई चाहिँ हामी दिइराखेको यसको माथि एनालाइज गरेर स्टडी गरेर हामी बिसाइड जतिहरू डिपार्टमेन्टले अरू स्टेप्सहरू लिएको त्यसको माथि वी वान्ट टु इन्क्लुड अल दिस पोइन्ट्स अल्सो. Our basic objective is to see that our children get quality education. We want to see that they are made capable to compete with the outside world. There is no point of education to give meaning. So त्यसले गर्दाखेरि हामीले यो कन्क्लेभ राखेको आई मस्ट थ्याङ्क देम. उहाँले पर्टिकुलरली के भन्छ यो कन्क्लेभ मात्र नराखेर वेस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्टमा जुन किसिमको उहाँले एजुकेसन साइड जुन काम गरेको छ यो त आई थिङ्क इट इज हिस्टोरिक हो. एन्ड दिस कन्क्लेभ इटसेल्फ वाज हिस्टोरिक विथ यु. Nobody had ever conceived this type of conclave with you.
So the emphasis was given on the government to come up with the policy in related to quality education. So even the DC West today presented statistics and figures, and as well as the problems and the challenges to be faced. Can we see, like, are we hopeful that in future the quality education policy would be implemented, and how would the department would take forward this?
We will again. It is our commitment, a duty. Duty we'll definitely that is the purpose why conclave has been organized. As time whatever we have to do from our side. Like one person will not be able to do it. There are all the stakeholders have to get together. Parents, students, standing teachers, even the civil societies. Even I'm telling you, even the bureaucrats with different departments, different departments also chip in with their thing. Education book is not the matter. They have to see the environment. What are the chemicals now? Sikkim just affected by natural calamities, ecological. You Jambai much the main education it is the basis of any of development. The basis of education. We will not lag behind in doing everything possible for improving the lot of the education. We want to see that our children become capable enough to compete with the outside world.
Do you further take this recommendation to the Chief Minister?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I am just asking. This is PowerPoint point. We have sometime after the assembly. First, we will sit. My department now we will sit. Thereafter, the deputy or consultative report when I will go to Chief Minister because Honorable Chief Minister he is committed to see to it that the Sikkim becomes the educational hub and becomes leading in the education sector in the country.
In front of me, as Education Secretary, in the last 7.5 years, the expenditure per child per annum in government schools has gone from rupees 80,000 roughly per annum to today 2 lakhs per annum. Our budget is now touching per annum 1,500 crores. The number of teachers is almost constant at around 10,000. You saw the people-teacher ratio 5, 4, 6, 7, at the most this much. Still, there is a hue and cry about shortage of teachers. Nobody is able to prove that there is actually a shortage of teachers. I don't have data to prove that there is a shortage of teachers. But there is a shortage of teachers. Hundreds of people have told us that there is a shortage of teachers. And our PTR is one of the lowest in the world, not only in the country. So we have gone from 80,000 to 2 lakhs per student per year. Now it is time to do introspection that what is the meaning of quality education? And if government is spending so much of money, then what does government expect? Or does the government have a right to expect something in return or not? Definitely government has a right to expect something from all of us who are involved in the running of education department, teaching in the schools and grooming our children.
The Education Minister also inaugurated the newly constructed science laboratory and basketball court built under Aspirational District Program.